Alright, welcome back. Last time, well, we finished the war and grabbed these two provinces. Oh, and I know for 100% certain that Sunni provinces that are MEIOU, or I'm not sure, I think it's actually pronounced Romai, that are Romai, that are conquered by me immediately turn Orthodox. So, fun stuff like that. Oh, and there have been some revolts. But my war exhaustion is now actually well below its starting value of 20. For the first time in the campaign. I might actually get it close to 0 in about a decade or so. Right. Also teched up in every level and grabbed logistics ideas. I also plan on continuing to do reforms, though it's not going to be easy. I'm probably going to restrict factional appointment in order to boost bureaucratic influence. It turns a minus 50%, yeah, I have plus 25%, though it turns a minus 50% modifier to a minus 25% modifier. So the base amount of bureaucratic influence will increase by 50%. Well, the current amount of bureaucratic influence will increase by 50%. If we ignore any modifiers like the fact that I just recently promoted the bureaucracy. In the hopes of doing some reforms, but I don't have the points for those, etc. Yeah. Thankfully, these rebels, while numerous, don't reinforce, so long as I'm patient, I will eventually deal with them. After that, well, there are some opportunities. Athens is only allied to the Knights, which I can face with the help of Bulgaria. Epirus is part of a trade league, but it's only 3 other little countries, all of which only have 1k troops and hardly a navy at all, if they even have one. Ragusa might, but the rest are... Epirus doesn't, and the rest are landlocked, so it's not a big deal. Stability is hard to come by, though. But with me trying to bolster the power of the burghers... Yeah, it's some plus 25% of stability increase interval, which is bad. You want reductions because it's like a cost reduction. Well, it replaces the base game stability cost modifier. Oh wow, they have 7 ships? Okay, that might actually be dangerous. But it's not like I'm able to blockade. I plan on needing to blockade them all that much, so. Occupying Epirus, and then maybe Kosovo should be enough for Epirus to do an unconditional surrender, and then I can just conquer them. Whoopity-doo. So Poland wants to rival me now. 2. Yay! My balance is looking better than it ever was before. Jeez. Well, that's liable to change. I know that better than anyone else. %50 cost, 50% prestige. I don't think that's actually worth it. Because I still get the same amount of aggressive expansion, so... Do you have a permanent claim? No, just a random claim. Okay. I'd rather keep it for myself. Undefended, undefended. Probably be easy just to grab that. We're gonna have to also bother the knights at some point. Keep it light, I am reconquering, after all. Well, sort of. I still need a core Athens. The Duchy of Athens. I merely have a permanent claim on their lands, that is it. Alright, now we just need to siege down this last little province. even if their war enthusiasm is slightly higher because of a current battle, it's not going to matter much. Epiros isn't going to like this, but what do I care? Neither are the knights. But again, what do I care? Huh. Lots of provinces. Some of which need to be cored, but that's mainly in Attica. Sterialada. Epiros. Nocia, Macedonia. Thraki. South Bulgaria. East Macedonia. Lycia. Expand the theme system again. Which results in some renaming. And, well, no. From what it seems, no automatic religious conversion just yet. That might take a minute. You're probably going to need to recover. I can't make them revoke any core, so... And this is my core after all, so... Don't really need to do anything other than start... I'll pay attention, because it's wrong culture. No, there's enough Albanian. Scripteret. If that's how you even pronounce it, because Albanian's just... I never heard any Albanian before. All I know about is that, well, the biggest thing I know about is that it's very, very independent, with no real related languages nearby. No closely related languages anyway. I don't know which language group it is related to. I think another good option would be to grab, well, some reconquest provinces for Bulgaria. Good to get more cores for myself. I could just stop here. Yeah. That quick war was nice. So, another couple of wars later. War exhaustion is actually still lower because it decays pretty fast actually. Once you get rid of a plus 0.1 per month. Negative modifier? Yeah. So declared war on Athens. Again, they were independent of Aragon, thankfully. And were allied with the Knights, so I had the opportunity not only to take their own provinces, but also my cores off of the Knights, which were pretty much every province that they owned that I was directly interested in. Now this province has a permanent claim on it. But for right now, I'm not particularly interested. It's, after all, a Turkish province, so... yeah. A Turkmenler province. Yeah. I'm sticking with Romai provinces. Thank you very much. Grab the first Miltech. Well, the next Miltech. So I'm so ahead of time in that, though commercialization is becoming more and more of a problem. I've also toned down the amount of taxation, both in manpower and in monetary taxation. Because I've been getting so much money recently that I don't know what to do with it entirely. Now the money thing has been somewhat partially resolved because I just caused corruptions to spike due to recent reforms. I specifically raised wages. Where is it? Yeah. I raised wages, which did increase expenses, but also means that the multiplier, the wage insufficiency multiplier on corruption is reduced. So provinces are less corrupt due to poor wages. Which means the resting point is lower. Of course, I'm still going to need to look into reducing, well, the laws, sources. But the best reform for that involves having capital infrastructure 1 or higher. And to turn this into a major center of learning, so I need to explicitly invest into here. I don't know how much room there is in the academics. There you go. But literati... Hey, there's not much room for more literati. The burgers, there's not enough burgers here. Plenty of clergy room. I think the higher... Well, we can make an investment and see how it goes. Yeah. It should be actually possible to see a more advanced center of learning if one even exists on the subcontinent, because it's entirely possible that there is no larger center of learning. It's major. What's the requirement again? Moderate? Important. Important is the middle line modifier. Okay. Or middle line center. I don't see any moderate ones. No. Important ones though. Oh, there's one. Okay, so it's... Yep, silver background. Yep, yep. Okay. Check by subcontinent. What's the subcontinent of Greece anyway? Subcontinent, Balkans. Which includes Hungary. Balkans, Balkans. Yeah. Balkans. Rusland. Pontic Caspian Steppe. Greater Austrian Circle. Okay, so that's Italy. Yep, okay, so. Yep, there is no important center of learning from the looks of it, at least not in the Balkans. So I have no idea if I'm anywhere close to being, yeah. I have no idea how much investment it's going to take in order to get to that. Well then! That's not a good sign. Oh yeah, right. So they only produce about 2 knowledge. Over here we produce about 3. So an investment into knowledge should be fine. I mean, there's not many centers of learning inside of the Balkans. There's like, Hungary doesn't even have a center at all. I guess there's just not much knowledge being produced in the Balkans. Yeah. We do have a major center of production though. Important center of trade, largest city on the subcontinent. Select the province. Yeah, there is one other thing I want to check. Because I need capital infrastructure in order to get that. Let's see how much it costs to build this. Okay, we're not doing that anytime soon. We are not doing that anytime soon. But I can work towards the center of that by putting in an investment. 10 ducats. Oh boy, that's going to be quite the investment. Anyway, as for other circumstances, Serbia has almost been entirely conquered by Hungary. I'm hoping to be able to grab Macedonia, the rest of Macedonia, before Hungary manages to get their way. These are Bulgarian cores, though, so is Nasava, so. But, well, primary culture of Bulgarians, so they're not going to lose that province. I am also hoping to grab these two before they're lost. Problem is, Romania is allied to Hungary. Or, well, not Romania. Moldavia is allied to Hungary. Not Moldavia. Wallachia! Ah! You don't put your actual name on the map. Except just calling yourself the Tsardom of Romania. Yeah. They're allied to Poland. Which has managed to blob because Bohemia hasn't been keeping them in check. They also put Lithuania under personal union, which isn't nearly as valuable as it otherwise would be because they've lost pretty much all of Lithuania proper to the Teutons. And a good portion of Ruthenia to Poland themselves and Moscow. Yeah. So Lithuania has no chance of going independent. Am I glad I never allied them? They crashed and burned hard. As hard as I was supposed to. But I managed to avert the worst of it. In fact, I think I might actually be willing to consider myself stronger than the Ottomans at this point. Though I'm still dealing with an odd population. Well, I was dealing with an odd population reduction, but I think my population has started. Yeah, growth has started to come back. I think I'm still losing population slowly, but I'm not sure why. Anyway. Yeah. Things are going well, managed to pass some reforms, working towards getting this reform, which I just need to get the metropolitans to have more influence, and I can transition to the next step. Which will improve my ability to do trade. That's actually not what I was looking for. There we go. Commercial restrictions, legal wilderness, which requires, well, same amount of influence, although getting trade ideas would probably help because I'm going to need excessive amounts of burger power. Getting to 7 requires trade ideas, so then again, it's going to take me decades to get to each step. The next idea group is unlocked in, well, without a head of time penalty in about 28 years. Right? Where's 30? 8 years to 20, then, yeah, 28 years. That's assuming I can get enough admin points together because I am doing some coring. There's also the problem of Asea, which is actually the last set of provinces I need in order to complete Recover Greece, which will help me build up my legitimacy back, which I desperately need. Legitimacy is extremely important. Yeah. I'm relying on factory support to keep it awake. But I need to have an average legitimacy of at least 80. I need stability to be at 2, and non-overseas autonomy needs to be less than 50%. The non-overseas autonomy can be dealt with without too much difficulty. I just need time. Oh, and to complete more missions because it's having a negative impact. Where is it? Where is it? Exhausted bureaucracy. Stability increase interval plus 10%. Communication efficiency minus 25%. Should I get that, then communication will improve and make it easier for me to grab, well, to get better stuff with these provinces. And the better communication is, the lower the autonomy. Plus the autonomy is lowering anyway. Newly conquered provinces also get a debuff to indicate that they're a new administration, which disappears after a decade. So a lot of these provinces, well, some of these provinces also happen to have higher autonomy than they otherwise would, simply because of that. And then there's the fact that my administration tends to be more centralized than neighboring states, so that's also an issue. That or newly conquered provinces do have a tendency to cause problems. Separatism, as well as the fact that non-core provinces get plus 75. So newly conquered provinces that need to be cored start out at 100 autonomy anyway. Just why the average autonomy is so bad. But as I organize and re-establish everything, yeah. Restoring the city would also help. Although apparently I have proven that it's possible for me to obtain one stability. I wonder how my stability points are changing now. It's actually reducing slightly. Yeah. I've already passed the resting points. Ever so slightly. Not a good sign. But yeah. I just need those 3 provinces back. Asea is protected by Venice, who, while somewhat weak on the land front, is exceptionally good on the naval front, so I absolutely need to protect my ships from that. They're also allied with Durazzo, which isn't particularly weak anymore. Oh, they're also allied with Naples. So I'll probably, as a result, force them to end the alliance. However, it also makes for a convenient way to potentially go after Corfu and Cephalonia. I'm going to need eventually, you know, Italian foothold. So I would have to crush Bulgaria first, which would involve conquering this stuff from Wallachia, as well as having them integrate Vidin, which they will at some point, although it might be easier just to integrate Bulgaria directly, and then get their subjects as a result, etc. Mission tree, woo. I'm close to completing seizing the Ionian coast and recover Propontis, which will get rid of that negative modifier. That's disconnected. Of course, once I get that, I can start working towards recovering the Aegean. I've already started progress on that because knights. Yeah. Although I do figure most of these provinces are actual cores, some of them are permanent claims, like Crete. Or Modone. Yeah, the stuff owned by Venice, well, except for this. Necropont, Nassau, and Chio happen to be cores. Crete and this little trading port over here, of Modone, are just mere permanent claims. They've been lost for too long. Then there's this mission. Yeah, after that stuff ends up becoming just, oh hey, you get efficient core creation cost here, congratulations. Although these happen to be my cores, so that's not really helpful. Oh, advancing inland is literally just... Really? Philadelphia gets efficient core creation. I start with Philadelphia. And this is a core. The rest is just the last of my... Not even permanent claims. There's some permanent claims here, but not many. All these are just provinces that I don't have any specific claim to. Now this grants me legitimacy and prestige. Problem. Cradle of Christianity. No, it's Lebanon. Unless that's too far north to be Lebanon, then it's part of modern-day Syria. Oh, the Holy See. There it is. Yep. Huh. Defend the Balkans, build up fleets, subdue Macedonia. That's Nosia, Macedonia. Raise Constantinople. You're never doing that. Yep. Obliterate Britannia at the bottom of the mission tree. Sounds like a great idea. Okay, I've done enough. I've spent enough time here. Anyway. I'll see you again next time. Until then, bye. It's gonna take forever to put together the money for rank 1 capital. Capitals are expensive to construct. Really expensive.